Okay, so we've added all our objects to the environment. We made sure that we've named them correctly. And now we got to do adding behaviors. Now I'm going to close this off because I don't need to see that anymore. So I'm going to close off my downloads. Now what they're doing here is they're going to be talking about different types of behaviors that are added to games. So we're going to use the 8-direction movement, and that's going to be for the players. We're going to use the bullet movement because this is a bullet just goes forward. Boom. And that's what we're going to do for the monsters. The monsters is just going to go forward. Same with the bullets, right? We're also going to have the viewport scroll to follow the player, right? Because remember, right here, this you can see it really faintly, that white dotted fine line. This is the viewport. And when the player moves around and moves over here, the viewport needs to stay with the player. Okay, so it's going to scroll to the player. That's what this is for. Okay. Bound to the layout, we want to make sure that the player stays inside the layout. It doesn't go off to the offside and can't get back in. We also need to make sure that certain objects don't live forever in the game, right? We don't want 1,000,000 bullets still in the game when we're shooting the 1,000,001 bullet. It's going to eat up all kinds of resources and kill our game, okay? A huge amount of memory and processing power is going to be using that. So we're going to destroy the bullets once they leave the layout. And we're going to use the fade behavior so that the explosion will look better. Okay, and how do we do that? So they tell us right here, now it's hard to see this where it is, but it's in the property bar and then in the behaviors category, and then you click on that button there and you add. Okay, so we need to activate the player right there, and then if you come over into its properties, you can see behaviors, and we're going to add these behaviors. So we're going to bound him to the layout. Okay, and we have to do these separately. They don't let us do them all. Add a new behavior. And then we're going to, whoops, what are we going to do? Scroll, right? Scroll to, and then hit add. Okay, so let's go double check that. Let's see. Oh, we forgot the movement, right? So we got some, and here is the player. So we need the 8-direction. So let's go add that. And I'm not going to go looking for it. I'm just going to type in 8, and there it is. Add. And there I am done with the player. And you can see them all down here. Okay, you can do all kinds of different things with them. We'll come back and change his speed in a minute. So now the other behaviors. Here is where they just kind of list them out to you. Okay, do they tell you to change the speed? Not yet. All right, just double checking. So now we're going to do the bullet, and we're going to do the bullet movement and destroy outline on the bullet. So we got to select the bullet, and we're going to add behaviors. We're going to add the bullet. So I'm going to do a search for BU. There it is. And then I'm going to add another one, and we want destroy. It's right there, and hit add. Okay, you can close that. And then we want the fade behavior added to this one. So fade is right there. It makes it very simple. Close that. And then the monster, let's go double check. So the monster is just the bullet movement. Okay, and behaviors here, and we want bullet again right there. All right, now remember, I'm moving very, very fast, only because I want this to be very fast for you. Remember, you can always rewind and watch again. And let's go see what else we need to do here. So now they want us to change the speed for the monster to be 80 instead of 400. All right, let's go do that. So monster is, instead of 400, it needs to be 80. There we go. And then the bullet, similarly, change this. So I want the bullet, okay, change the bullet object speed to 600, and then change it to half a second for the fade out time. Okay, so bullet, we want it to be faster, so 600, and then we want the fade out to be half a second, not a full second, right? All right, and then here's where we're going to hold down control and drag a whole bunch of monsters in. So we're going to have 7 or 8 monsters within the layout. Okay, and let's go do that. So you click on the monster here, hold down control. This is me hitting control, and I drag and drop monsters. See? Drag and drop. Okay. And there. All right. I'll be back in a minute.